Guys, today's episode is going to be on
natural fibers.
like a fucking Roblox character. Natural fibers. Natural fibers, their frequencies, and synthetic fibers. So let's start by explaining the difference between natural and synthetic fibers, and basically the name is in the title. Natural fibers are derived from plants and animals, and this just means that they're more breathable, they're easier on the skin, you know, that's kind of what we want. Also, they're biodegradable.
That's an important
Keep that in
thing.
mind.
Yeah.
So, and synthetic fibers are entirely man-made, so they're made from chemical compounds and petrochemicals. So this makes them, yes, it makes them highly durable. They're less wrinkle-free, all this kind of stuff, but it also means that they're less breathable. So
it's a lot more compression and compact. Think of that, especially when it comes to like activewear. But we'll talk about that later.
You might know this, you might not know, but as a list, I'll go through the natural fibers and Saham will go through the synthetic fibers. So natural fibers usually consist of cotton, linen, hemp, wool, silk, cashmere, and bamboo. That's kind of the, you know, all the common ones and the most used. I don't really know. People would use like alpaca and things like that, but these are the more, you know, mainstream, more readily accessible fabrics.
The synthetic fibers include polyester, nylon, acrylic. I always have trouble saying this. Viscose.
Viscose, yeah.
Is that how you say it?
I think so.
You have your elastics and your spandex. I don't think necessarily, my opinion, I don't think spandex is that bad. Like if you have like a 5% of it or less.
Something's got to have elastic.
Yes, something has to, like a spandex or elastic. I feel like if I was making a gym wear that had natural fibers, I would still put like spandex or elastic. Like 5% or less than.
Elastane, I think
but like
it's called.
Only 5%
Same
of
thing,
it.
I think. Yeah. In the bands and stuff like
you would
that.
want to. Like, I get it. But when you're obviously dealing with polyester, which is, yes, again, like a synthetic fiber, again, it does not have any breathable qualities. How long do we have our covers, our bed, like, settings on us? Like, you'd think like 7 to 9 hours a day, correct? Yeah. We wear our clothing 12 to 16 hours a day. Our skin, which is what we...
Well, unless you sleep naked, you're wearing clothes 24/7.
Women, I'm not going to get into that. Our skin is our largest organ. I said this in the previous episode, but we have to protect it. We have to protect it as much as we can. I really want to put in, again, like what Katie mentioned earlier, sleeping naked or sleeping with like your organic clothing or linen clothing. Obviously, I would say organic. It's probably like the best thing that you can do for your health, especially when it comes to women, our pH levels. If we're wearing like underwear that is polyester or any of those synthetic materials, mind you, your pH levels are going to go ballistic because you're not getting any good air quality like in there at all. Which is, yeah, you was probably say the same, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Like it plays such a big role. And
sleep naked.
Oh, I'm too cold for that, man.
Oh yeah, maybe right now. It's a little bit cold.
I've dealt with eczema during my whole entire life. And one thing that every person has told me to wear is cotton. Do you think if I was to wear polyester my whole entire life, do you think it'll make my eczema better? No. It's literally no. For my eczema to be better, I had to sleep. Again, this is the whole bedding, your skin, your hormone health. For my eczema to be better or for it to not be itchy or red or cause that weird moisture, I had to wear breathable clothes. And that included organic cotton clothing or your linen clothing. Every single time I've stepped out with any of those natural fibers or I slept in those natural fibers, my skin 110% would feel better naturally. If you are wearing polyester every single time, because mind you, I still do wear polyester when it comes to the gym. Every time I go for a shower or just before I take off my clothes and stuff like that, my skin is drooping and like moist because obviously my skin is not it's not breathing. There's compression on it. There's that compression stuck to that infection. I know it sounds a bit gross, but if something like that full of microplastics is latching onto your skin, obviously it's going to affect it and it's going to make it worse.
It aggravates it.
Yeah.
So much more. I kind of just want to talk about how, you know, synthetic materials have completely taken over. It's even hard to find natural fibers, and the price of them is obviously skyrocketed too, because people make, you know, it's business for people now. You know, people see that the world is kind of turning more to the natural side, and people don't want to wear polyester and shit anymore because it affects them. It affects their health. It affects their skin, all this kind of stuff. And so, you know, I just want to get into why the synthetic materials took over, because, you know, it's kind of obvious. It's clearly cheaper to manufacture. You can get more stretchy clothes. They're more durable, wrinkle-free. It's more convenient for a human, you know. All of this fast fashion, it's instant gratification. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just put on, you don't have to iron things or all this kind of stuff. And the main thing is that it's cheaper. Why is it bad? Why is synthetic bad? Because one, fast fashion, that's usually very poor working conditions for a lot of these, you know, companies and things like that, because it is fast fashion. It's not people that go through clothes like this and have massive wardrobes of clothes. It's not normal. I personally do have a lot of clothes, but majority of my clothes are thrifted and from the op shops and things like that, and they're all natural materials. But that's me over consuming. You don't need a whole wardrobe full of things. You get a few staple clothes of cotton, linen, hemp, wool, all this stuff. They'll last you. You take care of them. They'll last you your whole life if they really needed to, you know. But yeah, it's they're disposable clothing, so that's also another thing. So it's fast fashion for one, but then it's disposable clothing, so it adds to landfill, it adds to like pollution of the world. It just creates problem after problem that literally nothing good comes out of it except for your instant gratification. But you also suffer because, you know, you're wearing plastic and chemicals on your skin. So it's, you know, environmental impacts, health impacts, just, you know, the two worst things that you could get out of clothing. You know, what we need to start getting rid of that and stop supporting it, and start my entire wardrobe. Anything I buy now, I literally will not buy anything that is made out of synthetic materials. Rarely, ever. And anything that, like, I threw out heaps, or I didn't throw them out, but I sold them or gave them to the op shop and stuff, all my synthetic clothes that I just, you know, didn't need. It's not worth wearing it once you know what it does to your health.
And back to what we were saying as well, is that natural fibers in itself is biodegradable. Like, it's polyester is probably one of the worst things you can get rid of. You just can't. Like,
there's literally stories of people that have, like, you know, been in, you know, burn accidents and stuff, and they have a polyester shirt on, and their clothes just stick to their skin and burn into their skin because it's just plastic and shit. And it's so bad. Every
piece of clothing sheds their tiny fibers. So polyester would shed their microplastics. Natural fibers would shed biodegradable fibers. And guys, like, think about it. When you're doing a washing, think about your laundry room. How much dust would your laundry room have? I mean, mine personally has dust, and it's all from that washing. And let's just say you've put all these polyester clothes in the washing machine, and like a few of your linen clothing. I don't know. Obviously, you would probably do your washing differently, but all this stuff of polyester, I'm just talking about polyester in itself as like the main thing, is releasing all these microplastics, and it's going onto your other clothes. Imagine how much microplastics are going into our skin. Clock that in right now.
And that's another thing, you know, washing synthetic stuff, it requires more hot washes and things like that. That's one of the studies that I read, was about how, you know, the world's becoming more eco-friendly and more people are using cold washers and stuff for their washing and laundry and things like that, because when you have synthetic materials, because they have no give, they're not breathable, and they soak up all of the bad bacteria and things like that. That's why when you wear synthetic materials, you smell worse, because there's no breathing, there's nothing there. So washing them requires more detergent and stronger chemical process to get rid of the smell, and that in itself is bad as well. Literally everything is just one problem after another with synthetic things. Like why did this even become a thing? So I found it. I looked at a study I looked at a few, and this one is kind of more on skin health. So skin health in general, as Sahima said, skin is your biggest organ. But a lot of people that suffer from, eczema, sensitive skin, acne, friction, the odor, all these kind of things, sweat gets trapped in synthetic fabrics, as I said before. So this study discusses the skin microbiome and how synthetics, they trap sweat and, oils, odor-causing bacteria, and, more rapidly than natural materials do. Because it's not to say that, if you wear natural materials, you're never going to smell. Everyone's different. Everyone releases different pheromones and all that stuff, but on a whole, synthetic fibers trap odor way more than natural fibers. And as I said before, with that, there's a greater reliance on chemical treatment to get rid of the odor in the synthetic materials, like through hot washers and using detergents that have terrible chemicals in them, all this sort of stuff. And then, when you do these hot washes on your clothes, it makes them less durable because it breaks them down. And then that means you get rid of the clothes at a faster pace, creating more landfill. It's just literally problem after problem. This is how fast fashion becomes a thing, I want to talk about skin mainly because odor in the skin and trapped bacteria then opens a new whole door of issues, because if you've got odor trapped in your skin and bacteria, it causes rashes, it causes eczema, sensitive skin, all these issues, dermatitis, all of these things that just, who wants it? It's caused by these shit materials because they're just full of shit. Think about during COVID, people wearing masks all the time, people getting acne because the plastic and the whatever's in the mask is rubbing on their face all day and it's getting trapped in there. Causes people to get acne. It makes sense, So we need breathable clothing, clothing that works with our skin microbiome rather than against it. This study, I'll link the study in the description so you guys can have a look at it. There's no external funding, of course, and have a read for yourself if you have the time. But yeah, it is interesting to learn about. And personally, actually, we'll get into that later about our personal favorites. But yeah, with all the skin issues, it might not be the causation of it, but it's definitely a contributing factor. And for a lot of people, it is the causation of it. I know people personally that have had experiences, and yeah, it's just pretty obvious,
I know so many people that go to the gym. I understand with gym and activewear, it's so hard, especially with polyester. But I also struggle with it personally when it comes to it, wearing polyester at the gym. But a lot of these people that are so prone to acne, back acne especially, and they're sweating through their back, and that guys just it should gross you out when you think about it. And all those fibers within your body is attaching itself to the synthetic material.
Think about all the people that struggle with these issues and they've got no idea that the clothes that they're wearing, and the products that they wash their clothes with is probably the biggest contributing factor to the issues that they have. And this is awareness. I really hope that this helps even one person, and I know that it will, because it's really something that you need to take pride in, invest in good quality clothing. Stop getting fucking Shein orders and spending $150 on Shein orders. I would way rather spend that $150 on, 2 items of clothing that are going to last me a long time,
for sure.
I have 100% French flax linen sheets. That would be the best thing that I could push on to you guys to get, because you sleep in your bed every single night. And laying in a flax linen bed naked, there's literally, it's a very good feeling. Like if you've never laid in flax linen sheets, like they're fucking beautiful. Such nice quality. And that's another thing that I would like to talk about, because with all of the natural fibers, it's just something that I've learned now, especially doing some research, and I was aware of it beforehand, but only just recently. I will go to, Kmart and things like that. If I buy things from, buying clothes from any shop, I look at the tag and I have to make sure it says, cotton, or it has to be a natural fiber. But even then, sometimes it's not good enough, because cotton, unless it's organic cotton, the amount of processing that they go through with the dyes, and, cotton is very mass produced still, and that they're sprayed with herbicides, pesticides, all this stuff.
Yeah.
By the end of that, it's still really not that good for you. And I'm going to get into the frequency of natural materials soon, but,
Yeah, that's why I said in the first half of the episode, organic
cotton.
Because it's so much more important. Like how fruits are and how supplements are, there's still fillers that goes into the material that we put on our bodies, your bed sheets, everything. Just because it says cotton, well, look down under the tag, it says this and this and this.
Well, sometimes it won't even say that. It still can say 100. It will still say 100% cotton, but you don't know the chemical process that it's been through. You don't know, it's not organic, so it could have been sprayed with literally anything, and it has been. So Kmart, yes, it's good to get cotton and stuff, and I think about myself getting cotton things from Kmart, but it's Kmart.
Yeah.
Mass produced fast fashion. It's not going to be good cotton, you know what I mean? I
don't even know when's the last time I bought something online. I've been just flipping again and again through my clothes. But I have to be somewhere on Friday, and I wanted a top for it. I get on Princess Polly. Yeah, somebody talking about $90 for a top and it's all polyester. Yeah?
Oh my god!
Get out of my face.
We've done an episode on that too. Value for money. Why are you paying $90, $150 for a polyester dress? There's the door. Burn it.
I'm like, how?
No, not worth it.
That's the first thing I saw. I got out of the app so quick. I was like, I didn't know why I put myself to it. I'm just gonna that's it. I'm gonna make my own clothes. Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah. Guys, I got a sewing machine. I'm so excited to use it. I got an overlocker. It's a second hand from this older lady. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I love how I'm so excited because I'm just gonna make Katie make my clothes.
I'm gonna learn how to make undies and bras and swimmers and everything. Literally everything. I don't know anyone that makes natural material swimwear. Yeah. Can someone please do it? And don't charge an arm and a leg for it.
Why are swimwear so expensive? Something I can't justify.
Swimwear.
Yeah,
I know.
I actually can't justify it at all. It's
the smallest piece of clothing, and they charge the same amount as you would for a top, like a shirt.
I'm generally so confused because
so much less fabric.
I don't know.
Business. It's business. All right.
I love this.
Let's get into the frequency conversation. So, initial searches, they'll tell you if you Google it, there's not enough scientific evidence to back this up. Rah, rah, rah. All right? So, the claim allegedly is that natural fabrics have frequencies, and with looking that stuff up, that's to be expected on Google. Oh, I thought you were going to sneeze. But, we don't trust Google with a lot of things. Same with ChatGPT, any of the AI things, they pull from, what do you call it? The mainstream.
Yeah.
So we go off life experience here and the stories of people that we trust. So some people think that, including myself, that, you know, everything vibrates. Everything has a frequency, a vibration, you know, sounds, all this stuff that we can't even see, we can't even comprehend it. And natural fibers have higher energetic frequencies, and synthetic fibers lower our body's energy because, there's enough scientific evidence to show that polyester and petroleum-derived synthetic fabrics are bad for humans.
Yeah.
So, of course, they're going to lower our body's energy. I'll add this article that I read too. It's not a full scientific review or anything like that, but it goes off it's an article based off a doctor's review. So the article discusses the theory that different fabrics have different vibrational frequencies, and many may influence human health and well-being. And it's based on work by it's Dr. Heidi Yellen, and it's presented from a bioenergetic perspective. So the study, it reportedly measured the vibration of different fabrics using an Environ device. So if you haven't seen any, like, if you're on Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, and if you're into all this kind of stuff, the posts about, you know, the certain natural fabrics and their frequencies in hertz, like the number. Linen and wool are the highest. They range around 5,000 hertz, whereas the human body, our frequency is around 100 hertz on average. If someone's got a chronic illness or disease or something like that, it will go down. And someone with a chronic disease, it's allegedly, you know, it goes down to around 50 hertz, something like that. And so the next thing is, so a healthy human is around 70 to 100 apparently. This is interesting too. I don't know if you read my notes before, but this was based off of this lady. She had wanted to look into it because she read in the Torah that wearing linen and wool at the same time, that you should never wear them together. And when she looked at it, they cancel each other out.
Oh,
so
wow, really?
when you wear linen and wool, allegedly, when you wear linen and wool together, it takes the frequency down to 0, which is really interesting.
That is actually really interesting.
This is allegedly, but, you know, it's just interesting. The Torah is the Jewish Bible.
Judaism.
Hemp is estimated at anywhere between 10 and 5,000 apparently, and this study wasn't directly measured by hemp, but it's estimated to be similar to linen because it shares many of the physical properties and it doesn't hold as much static electricity and stuff like that. And it's generally resistant to UV and stuff, the same as linen, which is why. But also linen, if you wear linen in the sun, it can still seep through. It depends on the thread count and stuff like that.
Same with cotton, no? It would depend on the count.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But organic cotton, yeah, we've already said about that. Talk like, you know, normal cotton and organic cotton, there's vast differences, but their frequency, organic cotton is around 100 hertz on average, and normal cotton I think is around like 50 to 70 or something like that.
I thought it would be higher.
Yeah. But you know what surprised me is that silk is apparently very low, but this is based off of, you know, processed silk and stuff. So this one says that silk is 10 hertz, which is surprisingly low, but the article does suggest that, like, you know, traditional silk and raw silk, they would probably score higher, which I assume that they would as well. Yeah. But, like, you know, modern commercially produced silk would go through a lot of processing. But yeah, or, you know, your polyester, acrylic, nylon, spandex, viscose, they claim to have no beneficial frequency, but some ones say that they have, you know, like 15 to 30 or something like that. But this article obviously recommends minimizing all these fabrics anyway. But also, you know, bamboo is a tricky one. This study says that bamboo is in there as well with nothing, like 0. But it depends, and a lot of studies and people's research is different. I wear bamboo underwear, which I think I need to change to cotton. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know too much about it. And this is the thing, you don't really know what to listen to and who's out there that's doing like full, like how do you even measure all this kind of stuff? It's a hard one, but you know, I like all my natural fabrics and they make me feel good. So
I don't think like bamboo is much of a scam though. Like
no, well it wouldn't, you know, it's a natural material, but also,
and it is invasive. Bamboo is invasive.
Bamboo is so invasive.
They can be creating a lot of material out of it too.
This is the thing, and this is why hemp is apparently the best one to use, because it requires less water, it uses fewer pesticides and herbicides, it grows quickly with high yields, produces durable fibers, and it's considered environmentally friendly, whilst also supposedly having a high vibration. So that's, you know,
hemp helps with so many things.
Yeah, it does.
It's so is the word versatile?
Yeah,
it's so versatile. Yeah. It helps my plants grow.
I use hemp oil on my face. But yeah, this article itself, it does note that, you know, the doctor, it's Dr. Yellen or something, that the frequency research is not universally acknowledged, you know, by the scientific community, which obviously.
I feel like it'll also be really different in each country.
Yeah, probably.
Like a lot different. Like if we're talking about Japan, where they grow a lot of bamboo, like it'll be a lot different, and like the research will be a lot different within.
I think it's just
place.
Like yes, but also it's pure like the processing.
Yeah, that
like
is
everything is probably to do with the processing. We're just going to talk about our favorite fabrics to finish off this episode. You know, it's so important to wear natural fabrics for your skin and your health. It just. If you haven't tried switching it out, and if you haven't even, some people don't pay any attention to the fabrics that they wear, and I think it's a really good time to have a look.
Yeah.
Because there's things that you've got no idea. If you're suffering from problems, it's, you know, something to cross off as well. It's better for the environment. You know, it's fast fashion needs to be cut out. Seriously, it's gross.
It's not really even gross. Like morally and ethically great.
No,
like, at
it's
all.
not. Not at all.
We need to try with...
For many reasons.
I understand like a lot of our clothing we would need, especially when it comes to like activewear and swimwear and stuff like that.
Some things, you know, like raincoats and stuff like that.
Try to...
Something, you know, we don't... Use your brain, you know. It's all about critical thinking.
It is.
You know. So what are your top 3 favourite fabrics to wear?
To wear?
Or like to have? For anything.
I don't like wear much of a like variety. I just wear cotton. I don't have anything wool yet. I do have a fur jacket that has a bit of like raw wool material, which I love, but I can only wear that in the winter time. And just linen. I love linen on me. I think especially because linen has like all these bright colors, and that brings like all this good energy, and it's breathable. I love linen.
Linen's
I think,
a luxury for sure.
I think it's my top one. And but if we're talking about like sleeping, Egyptian cotton. What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
I just cotton and linen is what.
What's Egyptian cotton though?
It's also, that's why I was like talking about the third count as well. Like, see how a lot of people are like 3,000 Egyptian cotton. Like, is it just
really?
a type of? It's just a type of cotton.
Right. Nice.
Anyway, yeah.
So my top 3 favorites is linen as well. I love my linen sheets. They're unreal. 100% French flax linen it's grown in France and in the French countries, and you know it comes from a flax plant. So when you're buying linen stuff as well, you can get like linen blends and stuff like that.
That's
cotton blends. You really need 100% flax French linen is what you need. Then my next would probably be like, I want cotton. I love cashmere. Cashmere is really nice, like just soft. I really like the feel of that for like scarves and things. Or like a nice jumper, you know. Cashmere is really, really nice.
Really nice.
So that'll probably be my top ones. Yeah, organic cotton. I use a silk pillowcase. It's 100% mulberry silk. But you know, hearing about the tent, like having it low frequency. I'm not sure. You just never know. But it's 100% mulberry silk. But you don't know what the processing is. So
I've stopped also putting bonnets in my hair.
You've stopped?
Yeah, like silk bonnets. I just feel like, obviously when you get out of the shower and stuff like that, yes, like silk is a protection, but a lot of these people that put the silk in their hair, it's not 110% like silk. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, a lot of these silk bonnets are made from polyester.
Yeah, it just says it's silk.
I have 2 really good ones. My sister also bought me one. Is from a proper like a bonnet website that sells 100% silk or satin.
Yeah.
But I don't wear them every night either. Yeah. Your clothes are one of the few things that's touching your body almost 24 hours a day. And whether your priority is like comfort, skin health, any of that stuff, longevity, it's literally just health and reducing environmental impact, I think, is like such a big takeaway of this entire episode, because landfill, go to op shops and stuff as well, because a lot of these places it's expensive to buy natural materials. The fast fashion is cheaper because it's cheaper to manufacture. Yeah. But when you work it out in the long run, the natural fibers, they last way longer. Yeah, understanding what your clothes are made from can help you just make more informed decisions, on what you spend your money on and what you get your money's worth, like value for your money. Go and get yourself some, if you can afford to do it, get yourself some French flax linen sheets. They change your life, seriously.
Honestly, the first step is like just investing in yourself, guys. Once you start to learn how and what, you're going to want to do it, especially knowing the consequences.
1 or 2 less alcoholic beverages on the weekend. Get yourself a linen shirt. I always refer back to alcohol because people spend so much money on alcohol. And it's like, you could get so much more with that money.
Damn right. These data centers.
Data centers? What?
Every time you kept talking about landfill, all I kept thinking is about how all the countries right now are prioritizing these data centers. Anyway, but it's obviously
makes me sick. We did an episode on it about how AI and ChatGPT uses water and all this stuff, and it's like, we need to stop using ChatGPT, all this stuff. Like, yes, but do you know what's really using the data centers? The surveillance everywhere.
Oh
everywhere. God. That's what's using all the fucking water. Like, obviously, all that Claude shit, AI gets used substantially by people. But think about you going to Woolies, Coles, all these shops came out where they have surveillance over literally everything. That's what's using all this shit. Data centers. That's what it's for.
And is it causing a big impact? Yeah. Like, guys, if you guys see the new surveillance that Coles has, and they've like went to court for it, and then like they're not even, the fact that they can just run away with that. Help me!
They want to. They have like a thing. Apparently, I've seen their agenda is to know what you like, and when you're walking down the aisle, they can, if they know that you're prone to, buying stuff when they're on sale, it'll change to a lower price for you and not someone else. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know.
But it makes sense. Like, if AI could for sure do that. Like, it's not out of their reach to do that. Scary. It's a scary world we live in.
Guys,
support small businesses. Support small businesses.
I think it's going to be way worse in next year. You guys just wait. It's going to be way worse. This whole surveillance stuff, it's going to be way worse within next year. Just wait.
But you know what? It doesn't matter about any of that stuff. You guys need to live your life and enjoy it. Stop worrying about all of this stuff. It's all fear-mongering. You literally just need to do what makes you happy now and just purely focus on that. Who cares about the rest? It's noise. It's noise, and it's fear-mongering tactics to make you scared, so you only think about that and literally forget about the life that you should be living. Okay?
Yeah, facts, true.
I hope that's just motivation for anyone to just live your life and be happy. What else are you going to do? You don't take any of this shit with you to the grave.
Is this a mental health? Like,
good night. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.